The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers, and you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. That is from a movie. I hope you realize that. Yeah, I haven't gone off the deep end just yet. Or have I? Who knows? Top and bottom talk here. We're having another movie night. This is 1994. And if this is your first episode, weird way to start. Just start at the beginning and make your way up. This is episode 24, I think. So getting on up there. 25th anniversary is just around the corner. Don't know what we'll do for that. Maybe I'll, I don't know, treat myself. Maybe I'll just eat a lot of candy bars while I record and you guys can listen to me chew. Anyway, let's get to it. So top and bottom talk, it's supposed to be interviews, but lately I've just been doing a lot of movie stuff. I do enjoy it. Always up for an interview, so if anyone wants to do one, you let me know the topic and we'll make it happen. And maybe I'll speak correct English. Maybe I won't. Who knows? That's what makes it so fun. So anyway, the premise, is it the premise? How it's structured is I'm going to go over my top 10 movies, 10 to 1 for 1994, which let me tell you, wowzers. 94 and 95 are incredible years. 96 also strong, and I think I've done 97 as well. Yeah, just quite a... My tabs are very small now, so I don't want to mess anything up. But yeah, it's quite a run of just, this is why the 90s, in my opinion, I'm not even going to call it a humble opinion, just in my correct opinion, it's the best year of movies, the best decade for movies ever. So, I'd love to hear, I know the 70s, I think, had a thing going on, but just once you see me list these now, I know number 10 is people are gonna be like, so this is your this is your stellar year, but you gotta watch it to understand. So let's get cranking, and hopefully there's no weirdos on the pod that take that to mean something else. So with number 10, we're gonna go 1994. The movie is Blank Man, and yeah. Was it a great movie? It was not. Was it hilarious? Oh, by the way, I hate it when people do this thing, but I'm doing it, so, whatever. It was a hilarious movie. I saw it, definitely not in theaters. This is something that was, maybe I had HBO at the time, but I feel like it was on constantly, and I would love to rewatch it. I'm sure it holds up. Holds up, holes down. That's the way we get around. I don't like that at all. So it has, I'm pretty sure, is it just the Wayans brothers? Keenan Ivory, I'm pretty sure, is the star. And then his nerdy brother, Damon Wayans? That doesn't feel right. There's so many Wayans brothers. Anyway, I think there's at least 2 Wayans brothers. And the more you say that name, the more difficult it gets. It's a story about obviously fictional, he's a superhero, but not really. He kind of just thinks he's a superhero. He's like a neighborhood superhero. And you know what? There's somebody fine in that movie. So we gotta adjust my rankings here. I don't remember who it is, but we will make up for it now. Oh, you know what? Was it Robin Givens? I'm going to say Robin Givens. She fine. Blank Man. But it's just a hilarious movie. Lots of just silliness, goofiness. A slap fight happens at a certain point. He's basically like wants to be like a Batman kind of character, and he doesn't know how to fight. He has all these goofy inventions, and he doesn't even have a name. He calls himself Blank Man. There's a funny scene where he asks for the commissioner, and they're like, yeah, let me go get him. And obviously there's like no commissioner. So he's just like a comic book nerd, and I think he ends up saving the day probably. But it's just such a fun movie. So anyway, that's number 10. Number 9 is Speed. Keanu Reeves, I want to say it's his debut. I might be wrong because I feel like I've talked about one of his... Wait, let's find out. Keanu Reeves. I feel like I talked about that surfer movie already. Movie career. I love the internet, but what's his first? Okay, I think this is another example of when I think I'm right, and I'm not even close. So he made lots of movies before this. Okay, so I was way off. Anyway, it's a bus that can't slow down, and it was just the perfect action summer blockbuster movie. What's her face? And I think I've already made this mistake with her, so I won't say it. But, what is her name? The brown-haired lady? Brown-haired lady. What you doing? Is that? No, that's brown-skinned lady. That's Black Star. I don't know what her name is. She's popular. She's rich. She was in The Blind Side. If this were 21 questions, hopefully you would have gotten it by now. I guess her name's not all that important. But anyway, she's in it. And it's just a really fun movie. Lots of fun premise. Super fun premise. And there is a sequel which did not make my top 10. Cruise Control. It's on a boat. It's like, hey, remember Speed on a bus? Well, now it's on a boat. Want to pay, I don't know, $6 to watch it? And people did not. But a really fun movie. Number 8, and this is where I start to get probably a little bit of kickback for the 3 people that listen to this. Number 8 is Forrest Gump. Okay, get it out of your system. Ha la 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 la. Great movie. Loved it when I saw it. It's very long. And then I just feel like it's one of those movies, the more distance you get from it, it's like, I never want to rewatch this movie just because it's just so much. It's like watching an entire lifetime. It's not an exhausting experience, even though it sounds like it. But it's, I don't know. It was really captivating. I'm pretty sure it won Best Picture. But like, I have no urge to rewatch this movie. And maybe it's just because it was so popular, so talked about. There's nothing for me to like learn from it. Lieutenant Dan's a part of it. The Bubba Gump shrimp. Yeah, that became a thing. I don't know. There's just so many things. It was an amazing movie and it was great. And did I put it in my... I did. Okay. Nothing bad to say about it. Awesome experience. Would love to see it for the first time. But definitely just not one... Oh, you know what? I need to put it in here. Never need to see again. Spoiler alert. Number 987 is Leon the Professional. And I do have to put a disclaimer here. I've only seen like half of this movie, but I really enjoyed it. The reason I haven't seen the second half was I think it was maybe too late. And I was like, let's finish it tomorrow. And then I was watching it on some download site or whatever, and then I couldn't get it to load. Like, I couldn't fast forward all the way through. I'm like, well, I'm not watching the first half all over again. And I just never watched the second half. So hopefully it's good. But really cool movie. Waited so long to see it, and still haven't finished it. But nothing bad to say. It was just a really fun movie. And Gary Oldman plays the villain. That dude is nuts. I probably need to put him in there. And what is with Gary Oldman, Leon the Professional. Basically he's like a hitman who just leads a solitary life, And then he takes on this little girl who, I don't know how old she is, 10, 11-ish. Her whole family's massacred, and he takes her on and he trains her how to be an assassin. Pretty cool. Number 6 is The Lion King. Just FYI, like Forrest Gump, number 8, Lion King, number 6, I think I said. What a year. So Lion King, nothing new I can tell you. I will say, as a kid, that Timon and Pumbaa thing was ecstasy. Just that whole, like, little journey that they take. I could watch that forever. And then they made, like, a Timon and Pumbaa thing, and I don't think I ever saw that movie. But those guys were hilarious. Hakuna Matata, you know. Great way to be. And maybe more popular than Namaste. And what else about Lion King? Did it make me cry? I don't think so. Moving on. We don't need to talk about tears. Number 5 is The Crow. Pam refuses to watch this movie because it's quote-unquote demonic. It's just badass. Also, hell of a soundtrack. Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, makes it, like, I don't know, 80% of the way, 90% of the way through the movie, and then dies during the shooting. No pun intended. And, yeah, and they end up finishing it. But, like, this came out, you know what? This came out before 7, but it's kind of the same, like, I think it came out before 7. Wait, when did 7 was 95? Yeah. But it's the same, like, it's always dark and raining, and he's just a badass, and he's got so many cool lines, and I don't know if it holds up because I haven't seen it in a long time. I do know they remade it, and at first I was like, I don't know, why would you mess with a good thing? And then I saw the preview, and I said, oh, God, they did it, and they shouldn't have. So sometimes just leave it alone, guys. And I think it probably did horrible in the theaters. It just looks bad. So number 4 is Ace Ventura, which is my first Jim... Well, other than In Living Color. But this was, I think, his first movie. He also had... Did he have 3 movies this year? This is when, like, he came out, and he was just... throwing 100 miles an hour. So Ace Ventura comes out. I can't get enough of it. I do remember doing... inappropriately, my grandfather was there, and I did the, can you feel that? Huh? In front of him, because I thought it was hilarious. Like, as how old, 94? I was 12. Man, I was 12, and this movie became my life, I would say. Like, maybe not my life, but, like, if Jim Carrey was a drug, I would have OD'd in 1994. So, and I would have died happy. So he's a pet detective. Dan Marino's in it. This, so many quotes. It didn't make the most quoted movie. It was probably a close call. But this was amazing. And the sequel's also amazing. I know I saw the sequel in theaters. And I don't think there's a Pet Detective 3. But maybe there should be. Guano. Oh my gosh. Just talking like... That character it'll lift your spirits up. Number 3, Dumb and Dumber. Whoo! I had was it random? I just somehow came up with it the other day. Or not the other day. I mean, it was the other day, but not that recent. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, my friends at the gym, I was like, give me your top 10 favorite comedies. And I listed mine, and Dumb and Dumber was on there. And I was just getting crap. They were beating my list up until then Joey put together his list. Oh, man. Sorry, I've got a hangnail on my... Oh, this is not going to be good. Oh, nope. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. One more try. I said one more try. Oh, this is just going to eat at me. Okay. Anyway, back to the podcast. Oh, I need nail clippers in the kitchen. So, okay. I thought I could deal with this, and it's just going to my, it's not OCD. Is it OCD? You just listen to the manliest thing you'll ever witness. A man pulling the little hangnail off his finger without clippers. Anyway, I'm a tough SOB. So Dumb and Dumber I did see that in theaters. I laughed so much, so hard. Sequel is dog doo-doo. Should not have done it. And the prequel is even worse. Or maybe that is the prequel that's... anyway, it's just not good. But Dumb and Dumber is an all-time top 10 comedy for me. And it made you'll see, it made another list here soon. Number 2 is Shawshank Redemption. Oh, it was Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, and just hilarious movie. If you haven't seen it by some miracle, I would recommend that you do that. Number 2 is also just an all-time, and it's also maybe the most rewatchable movie ever, is Shawshank Redemption. Tim Robbins, the old guy, can't think of his name. Ooh, oopsie. Morgan Freeman. And the guy who's always been old. And it's just a remarkable movie. Like, it's one of those, definitely was on HBO, like, nonstop. And it didn't even matter where it was. You would just pick it up and watch it. And it's just such a lovely story. And, God, I kind of want to watch it now. It's like comfort food. And it's a prison story, which who doesn't love a good prison story? And some lessons are learned in it, I think. And something just happened with my phone. We're not going to bother with that. And then number 1, 1994, Pulp Fiction. It is a crime that this did not win Best Picture, but whatever. How Tarantino has never won a Best Picture is, I just said crime. Think of something else, Brook. It's a shame. It's a damn... there's no reason to sing. It's a shame. And Pulp Fiction, one of my favorite movies of all time. Just, I don't know, it just kind of changed what you can do with the movie. The structure is all, like, the times are all out of place. The characters are all amazing. Like, everyone just is shooting, like, 95%. Like, it's just it's like a perfect game, which I know I'm now mixing sports metaphors, but it's just incredibly well done. The writing, the length, like that's what the intro was from, is Pulp Fiction. And it's got one of the coolest characters of all time. It's a perfect movie, and how it did not win is just, I don't know. Somebody's got to pay. Anyway, let's get to the categories so we don't just hear me dwelling on and on about things that I don't even know what I'm saying. I just want to keep talking. I like the sound of my voice. Most quoted is Dumb and Dumber. I could just go with 1,000 quotes, but I listed a few here. First one is, we got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off. I still say to this day, anytime somebody's just listing their problems, or I'm listing my problems, like, oh, man, my shoulder hurts. I think I ate some, like, expired cheese. And then you have to end it with, our pets' heads are falling off. And then this one is great. Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. That makes me feel good. This was quietly one of my favorite quotes from this movie, because turns out it was improvised. When he's coming out of the 7-Eleven, and he says, "Hey guys, whoa, big gulps, huh? All right, we'll see you later." It was just funny. I know, like, out of context, it doesn't make you laugh that much, but for me, it was just such a random thing they dropped in there. The classic, "So you're telling me there's a chance?" When she says, like, he's like, "So what are the chances of us getting together? Like 1 in 100?" She says, "More like 1 in a million." And he says, "So you're telling me there's a chance?" This is also another one. "Pretty bird. Yes, can you say pretty bird? Pretty bird. Yeah, pretty bird. Polly want a cracker?" And that's the blind kid who's petting the headless bird that they sold to him for like gas money. This one I still say like all these, which I don't know if that says more about me or the movie, but um, when they're walking in like Aspen, Colorado, and the guy and the girl walk by them, and it's like a hot chick with her boyfriend or husband or something, and they go, "Ooh, look at the buns on that one," and then the other guy goes, "Yeah, he must work out," and it's just it's a funny zag. And then also I get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog. And then best quote I put, "So you're saying there's a chance?" Probably because I still say it today. There might be better quotes, but whatever. It's just an amazing quote. Most watched, I'm going to put Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber. Like I said, 12-year-old me was like studying this like game film. Like, this is how you should act. And now I am the result of those two movies. Never Need to See Again. These are just movies that, it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy them, everyone. It just means I saw it, kind of like Forrest Gump. So Forrest Gump I just added to this list. It's like I saw it. I just don't have to see that movie again. I got everything I need out of it first time. So that one's on there. And then also Legends of the Fall, which is just an awesome movie. It's got Brad Pitt. I wrote what I thought was a funny little thing. For one, it's a very long movie. You'll see that's definitely a common theme where it's like, oh, 3.5 hours? Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't need to get on that bike again. Get on that bike again? What are you talking about? But the fight so Brad Pitt at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, fights a bear, and that's how he dies. And I thought it was amazing, and for 10 years, that's how I wanted to die. It's like, oh yeah, that's how I'm going out. I'm fighting a bear like a man, and that's just a tough way to go. And then I saw the Grizzly Man documentary, and I said, well, maybe I'll just die in my sleep, because wowzers, that seems terrifying. It turns out bears just continue, like, they don't kill you and then eat you. They just eat you and keep you alive, and I don't know. It sounds like one of the worst ways to die. So I'm out on Bear Attack. Forever in the Queue, these are movies that I've been meaning to see, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And at this point, will it ever happen? Stargate is on there. It just sounded like it was for nerds, so I never gave it a chance. Heavenly Creatures, I think, is directed by Peter Jackson, who did Lord of the Rings. And I think it's supposed to be good, and it just, for whatever reason, it definitely wasn't for 12-year-old me, and I never got around to it. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. This is high on my watch, or like Q list. Wow. My list. It's high on my queue, and I can never pull the trigger. It's supposed to be a great movie, and one of these days I will watch it, but I don't know. It's probably going to take a while. Disclosure, I think this is maybe Demi Moore and Michael Douglas. Definitely not for a 12-year-old, but supposed to be really good. And at some point I will. Reality Bites, another one. I probably could have watched that, and I just never did. I think it has that lady that was Seinfeld's fiance in the show, not in real life. It seems like it's probably a good movie, and I just haven't watched it. And then Junior. Listen, there were a lot of movies coming out. This is one thing I just realized to myself. I'm like, man, it's a lot of movies that I just never got around to seeing. And it's because there were so many good movies. I had to do other things. Like, God, what was a 12-year-old doing? Was I doing push-ups? I don't know what I was doing. Probably push-ups, sit-ups. Wait, 12 is like middle school? Oh my gosh. I was probably just watching movies. I don't know. But I didn't have a ton of money, so it's not like I could just, go rent them all. And I said HBO a lot today, but I don't know that I actually had HBO. So, next category, we'll only watch against my will. First one is Nell, which is, I'm going to say it's Jodie Foster. It is not good. I watched this as a kid. I remember, my mom and stepdad were probably on the couch or chair or something. I think I was on the floor watching it, like on a rug. And I just remember, this is some horse shit. And It was so weird. She kept saying "Tay in the wind." It was just not good. It was so boring. I just didn't care. I was like, get me out of here. Oh, so kids who have like Netflix and Amazon Prime and HBO, blah, blah, all that, like, you just don't understand. We had to watch these things back then. Black Beauty is another one. It's about a horse. I think I remember a horse running in the water or on a beach. I can't believe I had to watch this movie. Like, just rough childhood sometimes. Oscar bait I refuse to watch. These are things that are pushed by Hollywood or whatever, by, the Oscars, and I'm not watching. Little Women is on there. No, thank you. If it was called Big Women, I might watch it just to see what they're talking about. And then Ed Wood is another one. I feel like it's black and white. I could even like it, but it just looked dumb. Here we go. This category is hoppin'. Most Babylicious. It's been a little rough for 90 through 93. Maybe not totally rough. Yeah, but like nobody... that was a good year. Anyway, so 94, I would say, is the first one where it was just like... Okay, so Cameron Diaz in The Mask. Good. Yeah. The red dress. I mean, I saw this in theaters, and I just remember, like, she walks in, slow motion, the rain, shaking her hair back and forth, and you're just, as a kid, you're just like, yeah, she was bringing it in that movie. That was first, I don't know if it was her first movie, but it was my first exposure to her. I don't mean that in a perverted way. But I can just tell you as a kid, that might have been my first movie crush, where it was just, I literally was like The Mask. My eyes were popping out of my head. Next one, I put Lauren Holly in Dumb and Dumber. She's aight. She wasn't bad. She was not on Cameron Diaz's level. And Ace Ventura, I wrote down Courtney Cox and the rich lady with the dog, who, if you've seen the movie, you understand what I'm saying. Halle Berry in the Flintstones. Whew. I think she gets, she doesn't get like freaky, but she will be gorgeous. And I can't believe I went and saw a Flintstones movie. But, Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies, probably a little old for me at the time, but she brought it in the one scene. Anna Nicole Smith in Naked Gun. Hi-yi-yi. And then Robin Givens in Blank Man, who I just added. She was smoking. Best lesson learned is... Let me see what I wrote. Just because something is simple doesn't mean it doesn't work. That's from Pulp Fiction. The wolf, the guy who's kind of like the fixer, like when something's wrong, basically has this plan and they get mad at him. They shoot somebody in the head and got to clean it up and blah, blah, blah. And his solution is like, all right, clean up the car, get rid of your clothes, voila. And they're like, that's it? That's what you're doing? And he's like, basically his advice is like, just because it's simple doesn't mean it doesn't work. So do the simple thing correctly and we'll get out of this. Anyway, and it works, and he's great. Most memorable scene is, I wrote down the dance scene from Pulp Fiction. Maybe there's others, but that one is just like tattooed on my brain. I'll Die on This Hill. Oh, and it was also kind of a big thing because this is like John Travolta's comeback, and he's known for dancing in his early, Grease and Saturday Night Fever and all those. And so this was just like oh snap, we got him dancing again. I'll Die on This Hill. I put Forrest Gump should not have won Best Picture. Obviously, that should be Pulp Fiction. And, whatever. I'm Not Crying, You're Crying category is, I wrote down Shawshank Redemption because I think it gets a little teary-eyed at the end. And then Forrest Gump, oh man, when he sees his son, at the end, it does get a little emotional. The What the Fudge Was That category. This one was a little tough. I wrote down Nell, just kind of that entire movie, but the Tay in the Wind thing, I don't know what that was about. She's just spinning in circles saying, Tay in the Wind. She's like, invents her own language. I don't know what's going on in that movie, and I don't care to know. I'm not that person anymore. I'm still not sure what to do with some of these categories, but it's in there. I wrote The Air Up There, which was a basketball movie about like a guy from Africa, and he's just really tall, but he's never played basketball before, and I don't know. The fact that this movie got made is kind of amazing. I was just very much into basketball. There's no way this movie gets made today. It's basically like the career of Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's just like, oh, this guy's super tall and athletic, and he can jump high, and let's turn him into a basketball star. And anyway, they made a movie out of it. I'm still that person. I wrote down Major League 2. It still hits, which is a pun, if you get it. Also, it's baseball season. But those movies, Major League is kind of, it's not quite on the Naked Gun level. But it's a really funny movie. And it's got some of the best sports announcers just a bit outside of all time. Best soundtrack and song, I put down The Crow. This soundtrack is actually a really good year for soundtracks. But The Crow, The Ghostwriter by Rollins Band is an amazing... It's on my workout playlist. Highly encourage it. Dead Souls, I think by Nine Inch Nails. The Cure is on here. It's just... I could pull up the... Should I? How much time do we have? The Crow soundtrack. It is very, very good. Oh, man. Yeah, The Cure's on there. I don't care about that one. Stone Temple Pilots, Big Empty was a huge song. Nine Inch Nails, obviously. Rage Against the Machine. Violent Femmes seems like an odd choice. The Ghostwriter song by Rollins Band's amazing. Helmet makes sense. I'm not a Pantera fan. For Love Not Lisa, whatever. Jesus and Mary Chain, Snake Driver, amazing song. It Can't Rain All the Time. That was also a thing that I say. So just an amazing soundtrack. And then Pulp Fiction had a great one. It has the Miserlou song, which is the... more or less. And also the Girl You'll Be a Woman song, which is so good. Oh, well, 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 you'll be a woman soon. And then the Forrest Gump soundtrack is just like a classic American soundtrack. It's amazing people used to buy soundtracks. I know I did. I think I had the Crow soundtrack. I own the Pulp Fiction soundtrack. And we'll get into this a little bit later because I was doing like 96 or 97 and I owned a lot of soundtracks. Just different time. Put the Phone Away. I put Pulp Fiction. The categories Put the Phone Away. Like you need to pay attention the entire time. Pulp Fiction is the entire thing. If you're not watching, you might get confused because it's out of time, it's out of sequence or whatever. And it's just all the dialogue is top notch. My Life Is Now Different. I would say Pulp Fiction introduced the idea of cool individuality to me. That's what I wrote, which sounds like something a nerd would say. But it really was just like, oh man, this is like next level cool. Jules is the coolest dude you'll ever meet. Yes, he does kill people. Okay. But, let's get, holy crap. Okay. I thought I was doing good on time. 33 minutes. Now we got to list my shout outs. So The Mask, loved it, owned it on probably VHS. But yeah, Jim Carrey, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura in his first year. Instant, biggest star in the world. Interview with a Vampire, Jim Carrey was not in that. That one's pretty good. I think that's the Tom Cruise, Banderas, Brad Pitt, Little Rascals, and Little Giants. Just a bunch of little dudes. Big year for little dudes. Richie Rich, that's old Home Alone boy himself. Angels in the Outfield, it's fine. Time Cop, I remember it from The Split. This is Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I think they had decent time travel rules in this one. But, all I really remember from that is him doing a split in the kitchen. Chungking Express, I don't know what that is. Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. My friend Kevin Armstrong told me to watch this, and I did, and it was really good. Clear and Present Danger, don't think I ever saw it. Harrison Ford. Those, movies about presidents, so many movies, and I just don't care. Clerks, I did see. That one was fine. A little overrated in my opinion, but it's like, I think it's Kevin Smith's first movie. I prefer Mallrats. And then Ed Wood, I already mentioned. Maverick is an awesome, like, fun movie with Mel Gibson. I think it's him, like, on a casino boat. And he's just, like, the most charming dude, and he's, I don't think he's cheating. I honestly don't remember, but he's very good at cards. And he's like a playboy, and he's like James Bond, but like a Southern James Bond. Airheads, awesome comedy. Would love to rewatch this. Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, and maybe Brendan Fraser. They like, I think they're a band, and then they like hold up a radio station, and anyway, it's just a fun movie. The Client was a huge book, and I might have even read the book. I want to say it's John Grisham. The Shadow, I watched this movie, and I remember there was like an old guy in it, and I was like, oh, this feels like it's not for me. Quiz Show, supposed to be like a good movie. I don't think I ever saw it. Maybe I should put that on my list. Serial Mom, I think it's about a mom that's a serial killer. Never saw it. The Santa Claus, loved this at the time. Tim Allen. The Hudsucker Proxy, I did see it, and I don't remember anything about it. The Santa Claus was really fun. That was Tim Allen. He turns from like loser dad into Santa, and just a lot of funny stuff. Tim Allen was rocking at this time. He had Home Improvement. He had this. He's honestly just not that funny of a guy to me, but at the time it was working. In the Army Now, I don't know if I saw it or not. That's old Pauly Shore and No Escape. I feel like I had strong feelings about this movie. I think it's Ray Liotta when he was a young little chap, and I want to say I loved it. And I can remember the feeling about it. It was like, oh yeah, he's in the jungle or the woods or somewhere, and he's trapped. He can't, I don't know. It was just a fun premise. Beverly Hills 3, couldn't tell you. I think it's probably Beverly Hills Cop 3. North, I do remember seeing this. There's a ton of people in it. I think it was kind of dumb. Didn't care. The Ref, I think I saw part of this. This is the guy who was like kind of a jerk. He was a stand-up, and he was just known for like being negative. And he had a short little minute there. And this was one of his movies. Blue Chips kind of deserved a top 10 mention. Just an all-time sports movie. Shaq, Penny. Is Eric Montross in it? I don't know. This is just an awesome, awesome movie. So much fun. Milk Money I never saw, but I think it's about a hooker or a prostitute. I don't know if those things are different. With a Heart of Gold. I'm not sure. Hoop Dreams was a documentary. I did see this. I think I was too young for it because it's really long. I remember there were parts of it that were good, but it's like a journey of like these unknowns who I think maybe one does well and one does not. But it's kind of their journey to trying to make it to like college basketball. Cabin Boy, hilarious. Chris Elliott movie. Might be even funnier since I've seen it. It's probably one that grows on you, but I think this is like a quietly, like it just didn't get the attention it deserved. City Slickers 2, Curly's Gold, I think is what that's called. I don't know. I'm sure it's good. Naked Gun 33 and a third. Love it. I think this is originally my top 10, and then I made a switcheroo, but I love the Naked Gun movies. And then A Low Down Dirty Shame, I did not see, but it's probably good. All right, let's talk turkey. Turkey money. Turkey money, turkey money. Turkey money, turkey money. Biggest box office boys. Sometimes alliteration is not your friend. Lion King with 988 million. Oh my gosh, so close to $1 billion. Forrest Gump, 679 million. True Lies, 365 million. Definitely was a Lion King, Forrest Gump. Like, Lion King went crazy. Disney was pumping them out. Aladdin was popping. They had a good run there. Flintstones, 358 million, which is surprising because I don't think it's that good. And then The Mask at 351 million. that did better. Ace Ventura, I know, wasn't like a huge hit. Dumb and Dumber should have done better than it did. Coolest character, not even close. Jules from Pulp Fiction. Water cooler category, I put Forrest Gump mainly because like everyone talked about this movie, and I mean everyone. It was just, I don't know. It wasn't my generation, but obviously anyone who like grew up during like Vietnam and all that stuff, this was, I don't know, it was probably just like a walk through memory lane. Best villain, I've got a few. I put down Ving Rhames from Pulp Fiction because he's just a badass. And then Mufasa from Lion King. Also, is it Mufasa or Scar? Wait, who's Mufasa? Mufasa. Wait, Mufasa might be a good guy. Maybe Scar is what. I'm going to change that to Scar. Scar was the uncle. And then I put, today I put Gary Oldman from Leon the Professional because dude is nuts. Best fight, I wrote down all the Crow fights. All the fights from The Crow would probably be more accurate. And then Blank Man getting slapped around and crying like a woman was hilarious to me. Something about like, well, slap me silly and call me Susan. And then I think they do. And he's like, or wait, does he say that? Maybe he just gets slapped and he cries out like a woman, like a girl. They slap him and he's like, ah! Anyway, I found it funny. And that's my last category. I went out on a thing that's going to get me canceled. I went out slapping women. Oh, God. Okay, what can I come up with? How about that weather, guys? Woof, such good weather today. Went on a walk, had lunch with my friend TJ, told him to listen to the podcast. He said, F you, bro. That's it. That's the podcast. We're at 41 minutes. I wanted it to be at no more than 42 minutes, so mission accomplished. Anyway, have a great day.